Good morning, Kinder Scholars. Today we will be doing our, Wednesday, May 13th lesson. Parents, this material will be found in the new packet that went home on May 1st. So again, we'll be doing our Wednesday, May 13th packet. For today, you'll need the book Bear and Kangaroo. And parents, the questions that have questions for Bear and Kangaroo. Now, this lesson was an add-in just to help us get through the end of the year. So there will be maybe some other questions that I'm going to ask that you won't necessarily find on this sheet, but these questions are good. What we're going to do today, scholars, is we're going to use, again, everything that we've learned in our Unit 8 first grade fiction elements to go ahead and help us retell a story. When we retell a story, we need to remember that we need to use the characters, the setting, tell the beginning, middle, and end, and include any key details or major events that are important for the reader or the person we're telling the story to understand it completely. All right, I'm going to read this book for you. You can either follow along with it. You can also pull this book up on Reading A to Z for free, or you can have Miss T read to you. All right, Bear and Kangaroo. I am the best, said Kangaroo. I am better, said Bear. I can make a mean face, said Kangaroo. I can make a mean face, or a meaner face, said Bear. We're gonna stop there, scholars. Go ahead and tell somebody in the room, who are the characters in this book? Who are the animals or the people the story is about so far? All right, come back to Miss T. If you said the bear and the kangaroo, you're absolutely right. The bear and the kangaroo are the characters in this story. Now, in the beginning, what has happened so far? We've only read 2 pages, but what has happened so far? Think about it. Okay, so in the beginning, we've met a bear and a kangaroo who tell us things that they can do. One thinks they're the best and one thinks they're better. It sounds like they're competing. So I might say, in the beginning, first there was a bear and kangaroo, and they were competing at who was better. Let's keep reading to see what is going on. I can catch fish, said Kangaroo. I can catch more fish, said Bear. I can eat a lot of berries, said Kangaroo. I can eat more berries, said Bear. I can climb up high, said Kangaroo. I can climb up higher, said Bear. We're gonna pause there. Scholars, what's happened in the middle of the story? Again, we still see Bear, we still see Kangaroo, but what's happening in the middle? Turn and tell somebody what you think is happening in the middle of the story. Okay, come back to Miss T. You might have said that they're still competing. In the middle of the story, we see that one says they can fish better, one can eat berries better, one can climb, so they're still competing. So what we might say in the middle is, next, the bear and the kangaroo continue to compete to see who is better. Let's go ahead and keep reading to see what happens at the end of the story. Where are you going? Oh. I can juggle the balls, said Kangaroo. I'm sorry, let me read that again. I can juggle 3 balls, said Kangaroo. I can juggle 6 balls, said Bear. I can lift a goat, said Kangaroo. I can lift 6 goats, said Bear. I can hop high, said Kangaroo. I can hop too, said Bear. All right, scholars. Thinking about what's happened at the end, we see that they're still competing. But what has happened at the end that kind of changes? Think about this page where it says, I can hop high, said kangaroo. I can hop too, said bear. Are they really competing on this page at the end of the story? Or are they trying to make it a competition like I can do it better, I can do it higher? No, here at the end they're getting along. And if you look at their faces, they're kind of having fun together. So I think at the end they realize that they don't need to compete. So what I might say is, last they realize they can have fun being friends and both be good at things. Using those summaries, let's put this book together for someone who had never read it before. Watch how it sounds. Bear and kangaroo. First, there is a bear and a kangaroo who tell us things that they can do really well. Next, they start competing to see who can be better at different things. Last, they realize they don't have to compete and they both are good and can have a good time together being friends. See, so we just summarized the book using the first, last, and next, or first, next, and last, telling the beginning, middle, and end, and telling the characters. Now, the setting was a little different in this book. It kept changing, but let's turn to page 7. That page looks like this. And go ahead and tell me what the setting, well, tell someone in the house, what is the setting? Go ahead and use the sentence, the setting is. Look at the picture and tell them what the setting is. All right, scholars, if you said the setting was outside or in a tree, you're absolutely right. That is the setting on that page. Again, Miss T said the setting changed because here we don't see them in a tree. That is okay that the setting has changed. As long as we're able to recognize where the story is taking place, we're able to tell the setting. Finally, parents, on the last part of the questions, you will see that question 3 talks about the problem and solution. So scholars, let's talk about that. What was the problem or bad thing that was not going well in the story? Go ahead and tell somebody next to you what was the problem or not good thing that was going in the story. Okay. If you said that the problem was that the bear and the kangaroo kept arguing about who was better, then you're absolutely right. That's the problem. That's the sad thing. They kept arguing to see who was better. Scholars, go ahead and tell somebody, what is the solution? How did the problem get fixed? Go ahead and use the sentence, the solution is, and think of that last page. Okay. If you said the solution is that both the bear and kangaroo realize that they're good at things and have fun together, then you're absolutely right. The problem was that they weren't getting along. They were fighting. They were competing, seeing who was better. But the solution is that they realize they're both really good at different things and that they can have fun together and be friends. That's our lesson for today, scholars. Again, we can use characters, settings, problem and solution. We can retell a story with beginning, middle, and end. And we can use key details and major events to help summarize the stories. Continue to do that with any books that you read. You can find this book either online at Reading A to Z or any other book online at Reading A to Z, and continue to use those key topics and concepts that we've taught throughout this whole unit. I hope you have a wonderful day, scholars. Take care. Bye-bye.